What's going on, family? This is Chris Miles from The Chris Miles Show. Be sure to find The Chris Miles Show wherever you receive your podcast and find The Chris Miles Show and all of its content on that of YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow. Now, I want to keep this conversation going on that of Charles Barkley. Kyrie Irving is set to come back to play today. And we are going to keep the conversation hot on the Chris Miles Show on tomorrow's show. But I had to come out and get ahead of the scenario today. If everybody think back to initially how the suspension came about, it was the doing of Charles Barkley and that of Shaquille O'Neal. And I'm paraphrasing, but I'm going to quote. Charles Barkley said the NBA dropped the ball because they did not initially suspend Kyrie Irving. And Adam Silver, who's Jewish, you're not going to take my $40 million and insult my religion. This is what Charles Barkley says. You have a right to say what you want to say under the Constitution, but you're not going to take my money, my $40 million, and insult my religion. Unquote. So, and he went on, he called Kyrie Irving an idiot, along with Shaquille O'Neal. But what I find so interesting about all that is this. The NBA was not thinking of suspending this guy for the tweet. And remember, Kyrie Irving just sent out a tweet. There were no words manifested behind the tweet. There was nothing. It was just a tweet. Okay? Now, Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal were instrumental in the suspension of the 5 games. The 5 games turned into more than 5 games, and it turned into a slew of other things that Kyrie Irving was instructed he had to do before he could come back. The Players Association within the NBA said, look here, man, what is going on? The Brooklyn Nets had not made a statement. It was a lot of stuff that was going on with this debacle, this situation. Turned out, Amazon, who still have the content on their platform, has not made an apology, has not taken the content down. They don't have to go do a nationwide tour of apologies of anything like that. Even after the ADL has sent letters there and made phone calls, none of this stuff happened to them. It only happened to Kyrie Irving. And it happened to Kyrie Irving because of the doing of that of Charles Barkley. Now, this is what I want everybody to know. I'm from the state of Alabama, just like that of Charles Barkley. This is what I want you all to know. Charles Barkley is a snake and he's a goddamn snitch. There was a prominent black attorney in the state of Alabama, and I'm not going to release the attorney's name right now because of the sensitiveness of this situation. But because of what Charles Barkley did, this attorney and his son both got 60 months, which is 5 years, in a federal penitentiary. This is because of something that Charles Barkley did. Now, to get the legits of what happened, you're going to have to listen to the Chris Miles Show, tomorrow's show. And the tomorrow's show will be on The Walking Dead, because we have a lot of Walking Dead amongst us in the black community. But we have to outcast and ostracize these individuals like Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, because they don't speak for the masses of the people in our community. But I want you all to know that Charles Barkley is no fucking good. He's a snake. He's a snitch. He's illiterate, and he's inarticulate, and he's ignorant. He's all of those things that you could think of. Now, let me just say this. What I find interesting, that because of him being a snake and a snitch, he's rewarded very well by the establishment. He's doing commercials for Subway, Capital One, and he has a slew of other endorsement deals that he's a part of. But he's doing all of this for the simple fact that he's a snake and a snitch. And we're going to tell you exactly what he did, how he ruined a black attorney who was doing prominent things for the community in the state of Georgia and in the state of Alabama. Charles Barkley ruined this man's life and his son's life. This is what people don't know. So Kyrie Irving is not the first. But let's make sure that this information come out so Charles Barkley can no longer injure or hurt anymore like he did Kyrie and this attorney. And let me say this about Shaquille O'Neal. For Shaquille to say that this man, Kyrie, was an idiot, Shaquille played the movie at his theater in New Jersey. We're going to talk about all that and more right here on the Chris Miles Show tomorrow. All right. The moving finger writes, has written, moves on. To all, good day.